I remember everything like it happened yesterday. If you had told me years ago that Chief Olumide, the wealthiest man in our village, would end up in such a state, I would have laughed in your face. But life has a way of humbling even the proudest of men. Chief Olumide was not just rich, he was wealth itself. He owned acres of land, countless businesses, and a fleet of cars that only the governor himself could rival. His mansion stood like a palace in the heart of the village, with gates so high they blocked the very sun. Yet for all his wealth, the man lacked something far more important. Not that he didn't have one. No, he had a wife, Mama Ronke, a woman of patience and virtue, and 3 children, Ronke, Sei, and Tunde. But to Chief Olumide, family was just an obligation, something to be provided for but never truly cared for. Whenever people talked about him, they didn't speak of a loving father or a devoted husband. No. They spoke of a man who counted his money more than he counted his children's smiles. He was always too busy, traveling from Lagos to Abuja, from Accra to Dubai, chasing bigger deals while his children barely saw him. Mama Ronki raised those children alone. She attended their school functions alone. She disciplined them, prayed for them, and watched them grow while their father threw money at every problem like it was a stray dog. Let them go to the best school, he would say, tossing wads of cash on the table. Buy them whatever they want, I don't have time for their nonsense. Money was his answer to everything. Birthdays? He sent a driver to deliver expensive gifts. Sickness? He paid the best doctors but never sat by their bedsides. Even when Sei had a terrible accident and almost lost his leg, Chief Olumide only sent instructions over the phone. He never once stepped foot in the hospital. But life has a way of balancing things. What you neglect today, you pay for tomorrow. The first sign came when Bronchi, the eldest, got married. It was a grand wedding, one that made headlines. But when the time came for the traditional father's blessing, it was Mama Ronki who stepped forward. The guests whispered among themselves. "Where is Chief Olumide?" "Too busy, as usual," someone muttered. His daughter got married and he missed it. Ronki didn't even bother inviting him to the smaller family ceremonies afterward. And when she had her first child, guess who wasn't there? Then came Sei, the quiet, intelligent one. He had always longed for his father's approval, had worked hard in school to impress him, but Chief Olumide never noticed. So, when Sei graduated and got a job in America, he packed his bags and left without looking back. Mama Ronki cried when she saw him off, but Chief Olumide? He didn't even realize his son had left the country until months later. "Where is that boy?" he asked one evening. "Which boy?" Mama Ronki responded, bitterly. "Sei, of course. He's gone, moved to America." For the first time in years, I saw something shift in Chief Olumide's eyes. A realization. But it was already too late. The last straw was Tunde, the youngest and most rebellious. Unlike his siblings, he did not seek his father's attention. "Where should I respect a man who only respects money?" he would say. Tunde was wild, always in trouble, always fighting, but who could blame him? Without a father's guidance, he walked down a dangerous path. One night, there was an incident. A bad one. Tunde got into a fight with some boys from another village, and it ended in tragedy. He was arrested, and it took all of Mama Ronke's strength and connections to keep him out of prison. Chief Olumide paid for the best lawyers, of course, but money could not erase the damage. That was when everything crumbled. The businesses that once flourished started to collapse. There were whispers of betrayal among his closest partners. Some land deals went bad, some investments failed. And then, one morning, Mama Ronke was gone. She had packed her things and left the mansion. No argument, no shouting, just silence. Chief Olumide was left alone in that grand house, with nothing but echoes of his past mistakes. I saw him one evening, sitting outside his mansion. For the first time, he looked like an ordinary man, not a chief, not a billionaire, just an old man with too many regrets. He had spent his life building an empire, but had lost his kingdom. And that, my friend, is the story of Chief Olumide, a man who had everything and ended up with nothing.